Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. What's going on? Vega here for SerpentX Special Forces. This is a weekly stream that I do every Saturday before Red Panda Mining's Crypto Mining Rig Showcase. I thank you all for coming. This episode or stream is called Caffeine and Crypto. I welcome you to join me with a caffeinated beverage, whether it's coffee, energy drink, or whatever. I'm trying to quit these, but it's not too successful, so we'll see how things go. There is some flickering going on. I'm not sure what's going on with Nvidia broadcast, but it is some flickering going on. So let me check the chat, see how everybody's doing this morning. Crypto Mikel, of course, usually the first. Swamp 7, thank you for stopping by. Nefarious Technology, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for reaching out on Discord. Alan, good to see you again. Dan the Dane, haven't seen you in one of my streams for a while. I've been seeing you in everybody else's streams. Good to see you, bud. Glad to see you're doing well. Chancoin, as always. PA Skill Master, good morning. So, let's switch on over to what we're looking at today. I mean, we hit 18.8K again on Bitcoin. It's like whenever the Asia market comes in, they like to give us a nice little boost. Because late last night we were sitting around the range that we're sitting at now, 18.5, 18.6. Then I saw 18.8 late last night. We almost broke 19K, to be honest, early this morning. We almost broke 19K. Now, that is not the historical high that we had in the past. But, I mean, that's pretty dang close. It's pretty dang close. 19.8 is what we need to beat. Where are we at compared? How much more do we need to go to get to that 19.8? We need to get another 5%, 5 to 6% to get to that all-time high of 2017, or was it an all-time high? Yeah, all-time high of 2017. So we got some work to do, but it's doing. Yeah, Nefarious, I saw that. I already had prepped and everything. Usually I like to, if I'm going to have somebody on stream with me, I will reach out to you ahead of time. Again, thank you for your patience and appreciate you reaching out to me. Haven't done a Zoom call in a while, and I'm pretty sure the SerpentX logo should be right here in my chest. I made myself a little bit bigger. Well, it's a little bit to my side. Anyways, wearing my GTR World Cup from 2019. Pretty awesome race. Had some records broken. Unofficially, the first GTR into the mid sixes, but it was after the competition had ended because the tree wasn't set up. There's a difference between different trees. Like if you get a pro tree, you got to build up boost, and the lights, you build up boost and lights will go slower. Whereas a normal tree, which is like boop, 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 green, they didn't give him the pro tree, which is what they need to build up boost and everything. And so he wasn't able to get it during the competition, but afterwards they gave him a pro tree, and he was able to do it. We were able to record it. I was there to record it, and it was pretty sweet. Definitely, maybe we could have a Thanksgiving special, Nefarious. Get some people on, if available, because I know everybody's doing things for Thanksgiving. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? Let me know in chat. I want to know what you guys are doing for Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people are staying separated, but I'm going to go see my mom, and I'm going to go see my wife's mom and spend some time with them, have some Puerto Rican dishes, some turkey, some ham, the usual Thanksgiving. So we'll see how that goes. But, oh, I didn't mean to do that. BCH. Alright. So, the rest of crypto is doing pretty good. At least the ones that I really care about is doing pretty good. I should have got more Litecoin when I saw it hit around $20. Way back in the... when we hit this bump right here. Nope, where's it at? This bump? Nope. Which one was it? It was this one right here. Yeah, the Black Thursday or whatever you want to call it. When things got that low, I was on a little buying spree. So I wish I picked up more Litecoin, because I picked up Zcash around $20, but Zcash isn't doing me as much as Litecoin could be doing me right now. But it's all good. Zcash is around $71. So we're just chilling, hoping that this continues. But that's a lot of green right there, guys. I'm not gonna lie. On the daily, that's a lot of green. That's when you usually see that, there's gonna be some type of pullback. But I think this is just institutions and stuff like that just trying to gobble up as much Bitcoin as they possibly can. So maybe we might see a continuing push up in what's going on. Yeah, this is TradingView, Dan to Dane. I look at Coin360, which sometimes is a little bit off from TradingView. Which one are we on? We're looking at Binance charts. BTC USDT. Got some few topics to go over with you guys. But also, if you stay tuned, I want to talk to you about my RTX 3080 from Gigabyte. It's yeah, I got a video coming out. It's great for gaming, but stay tuned for that video. I'll have a video coming out about that, and then I'm probably gonna have a follow-up video, because today I'm getting some stuff in which I'm going to modify that RTX 3080. So what's up, Rapid Mining? Thank you for stopping by, bud. So Bitcoin shortage is real, and all the articles that I go over in this video, I try to put it in the description. I always get it on time, but I try my best. I like to go over some weekly news, talk some crypto hardware and cryptocurrency in general, what's going on in the world. Chat every Saturday morning. Check it out. Keep coming by. I greatly appreciate it. But Bitcoin shortage is real, and PayPal is the cause. Pantera Capital claims. I don't think PayPal is the sole cause, but the hype is real. So this article just been put in the description if you want to check it out later. PayPal's entry into the cryptocurrency market could be having a dramatic impact on Bitcoin price. A newly published report, crypto investment from Pantera Capital says Bitcoin shortage is at the heart of the recent price surge, and that the majority of newly minted BTC is being scooped up by PayPal or other institutions. When PayPal went live, volume started exploding. The increase in ItBit volume implies that within 4 weeks of going live, PayPal is already buying almost 70% of the newly minted Bitcoins or supply of Bitcoins. Bitcoin's monetary policy is programmed to be deflationary, yeah, over time, with wide-scale adoption that leads to higher purchasing power and supply scarcity. Pantera claims it's the latter that's contributing to BTC's parabolic surge. PayPal launches crypto trading services in the U.S. earlier this month, allowing customers to trade up to $20,000 a week. I'm not sure about you guys, but I didn't get the invite or was able to sign up. The platform will be rolled out globally early 2021. So I'm in the U.S., but I did not get to jump on the PayPal bandwagon, I guess you could say. I really don't care to anyways. I'm happy with what I got. Because in addition to PayPal, retail on-ramps into Bitcoin and other digital currencies now include Cash App and Robinhood, which is one of the things I use besides Webull. And wider adoption means the digital currency is more likely to sustain higher price levels. Although Bitcoin remains highly volatile, it carved out an unusual long period of stability before capitulating higher over the past 2 months. And then here's some chart stuff for you guys. You can see the interest. Now, bear in mind, every Christmas or every holiday, we do see a pullback. Every Christmas, we do see a pullback. So let's see here. This November, we're doing the opposite of last November of 2019. 2019 November we were going down. We went down a little bit more in December, and then we started to pump up towards the end of December. Let's see, 2018. So here we go. Towards the beginning of November, we dumped all the way down to that horrendous 3,200, 3,100 level, and then towards the middle of December, we started to pick up, and then that's where it went. We're doing the exact opposite. So whoever's telling you one or the other, nobody's can predict what Bitcoin's going to do. So we just have to sit back and wait. Rapid Mining says, see the crazy new benchmark 6800 XT on air beat a 3090 on nitrogen. The 6800 XT had a 5950X on nitro. Not bad, not bad. And they haven't even released a 6900 XT, which is the 3090 competitor. Nefarious, you can always make time for benchmarks. Well, if you ain't got time for the 6800 benchmark, send it to me. I'm joking. Yeah, clients keeping me busy too, Nefarious, so I understand why you don't have the time to benchmark and do stuff. But between my job, my boys that you probably just heard back there, and you know, trying to make content for you guys, it's been really busy, especially because I got a new nephew that we're trying to, you know, help raise, because it takes a village to raise a baby. Alright, let's move on. Everybody's just talking to themselves in chat, which is perfectly fine and acceptable. I appreciate that. Let me go ahead and get this in here. More institutional stuff, but this is very important to understand. Central banks, digital currencies are dead in the water. And I believe what they're referring to is like the banks themselves creating the digital currencies, not so much the currencies that we all love and hold. Governments and central banks will never care about your wealth or your privacy as much as you do. The reality is exactly what central bank digital currencies are dead in the water already. They say that if you can't beat them, join them. That's exactly what CBDCs are attempting to do. They want to join the party that is cryptocurrency without actually giving their citizens the privacy and democratic freedom a truly decentralized digital currency provides. In a recent article, it made the argument that regulation and law enforcement are a necessity or a necessary part of crypto truly going mainstream. And definitely believe that, but that's not what CBDCs are going to accomplish. They won't decentralize wealth. They won't decentralize the power or ownership of or the control of funds. They won't give individuals oversight or sovereignty over the value in their wallets. The institutions creating these CBDCs will openly and outwardly promote the virtues of their innovation and their ability to use the best of cutting-edge technology to make the transferring value between one another more efficient. They will publicize the need to make a ARC, I don't know how to say that, whatever, financial system more efficient and more attuned with the times. Bank of Russia. Anybody in Russia that's on the live stream? I'll have to check that out, Mikkel. I'll get to live chat in a second. But anybody in Russia? Any of my Russian viewers here? The Bank of Russia is working on a digital ruble. This is news. Hot off the press. Just an announcement last month, but what has also been recently announced is that Russian government isn't looking so kindly on cryptocurrency or the issuance of new tokens. In other words, Russia wants a slice of the digital currency pie, but only if the government is controlling the digital currency. And I know there's a number of currencies that have been created in Russia. So these institutions or government owned or controlled cryptocurrencies are not going to stand a chance against the currencies that we love and hold so dear. There's a lot of good information in this article. If you want to go ahead and continue reading it, it is in the description. If you're watching this live, check it out. If you're watching this in the future, go ahead and check it out in the video description below. Ooh, this is a minor one. I want to go ahead and put that towards the back there. I want to stick on a couple of things. This is not organized whatsoever. I do apologize. Let me check live chat, but hang on. We're going to go on to U.S. regulators first. And then, there we go. All right, that's a little bit ordered. So, let's see here. Nefarious the other day, he got a 6800 by standing in line. He also got a 3090 by standing in line at a micro center. Unfortunately, Crypto Mikkel, myself, and I'm sure a number of you do not have the capability to go to a micro center, so that kind of sucks. And I'm sorry for the 2 viewers that I lost. I do apologize. I'm just not as entertaining as K-Dub or Chico Crypto or many of the other crypto guys. But I do provide content. So Nefarious is very dedicated. So is Nemesis, because they stand in line at a micro center that they do have near them to get the hardware that they can get. And that's honestly the best chance. The only chances that we had to get the 6000 series from Radeon was Micro Center or AMD.com. I tried AMD.com. Mikkel tried AMD.com. We had the thing in our cart, but then we couldn't check out. It was 403 forbidden or 503 gateway, bad gateway, or something was going on. We just couldn't check out. But keep an eye on AMD.com, and that would be your best shot. There are some streams going on right now, like actual video streams that actually show the stock for the AMD 5000 series or the Radeon 6000 series. It's pretty crazy. And I have notifications in my Discord. So whenever a Nvidia 3000 series GPU drops, whether you're in the US, Canada, or European countries, I have that notification set up. I have the notification set up for Zen 3 and Radeon 6000 series. Sorry about that. So if you're interested in getting notified when these things drop, let me know, and I'll post the link in the live chat. Again, if you want to join our Discord, please join us for the live stream. I do not like posting it in other places. Let's see here. Any questions for me? Or we just CBDs or wondering about that? Was wondering about that. Rabid Mining says CBDCs, was wondering about that, and that Sapphire Network, haven't heard about them since launch. Dig Deep Miner, thank you for stopping by, bud. Alright, you guys are all doing great. Communicating with each other. AMD 68, Chancoin, AMD 6800 launch is worse than RTX 3000. Yes and no. I don't know. The bots are just getting better. Like, Newegg did the mitigation, but it didn't help. It did not help. The bots are just that much better. And there's certain programs that can do it. Not all bots are created equal. And certain bots can actually scalp or get these, circumvent the security that Newegg has put in place while others can't. Like, Best Buy even tried it. And some bots were not able to check out anymore, but there are other bots out there that can circumvent what Best Buy is trying to do, because you have to be signed into your account for Best Buy in order to purchase a card. That's the trick. Like, if you know something's about to launch, be logged into your accounts, whether it's Newegg or Best Buy, because you get logged out or timed out after a while, and that will make checkout a little bit faster. Because if you add it to cart and then you go to click check out and you have to sign in, that's precious milliseconds that you're losing to the bot. So just bear that in mind. U.S. regulators want to stop banks from blacklisting legal businesses, crypto included. On announcement Friday, the Office of the Comptroller of Currency, or OCC, is looking for public comments on rulemaking that would stop banks from denying services to businesses based on a sector. In the words of Comptroller Brian Brooks, blanket boycotts of entire industry sectors have to stop. The OCC announcement points to political hot-button issues that banks have systematically denied services to, including oil and gas companies in Alaska, as well as Planned Parenthood. These things are not politically partisan, but they are all kinds of attempts that we have seen to politically weaponize the banking system. There is a creepy politicization of the banking industry that has the potential to be very dangerous. There is no place within the United States where crypto isn't illegal, but there are different licensing requirements for companies involved with businesses. So obviously, if a bank was banking one of those businesses, one of the things that bank would look at as part of the diligence is whether the exchange or other businesses had relevant approvals in that state. Brooks was formerly, Coinbase's legal team, or part of. took the helm at the OCC today. He was spearheading a number of initiatives to reconcile crypto with the bank industry. Indeed, several members of the House Financial Services Committee saw fit to criticize Brooks for his focus on crypto during the pandemic, given the prominent role of oil and gas business in today's proposed rulemaking. Brooks may well take additional heat from the same characters. What banks and litigation or the rule makers do has an impact on all of us, right? We want regulators, or I don't want regulators. I really don't want anybody dabbling in cryptocurrency that they shouldn't be, especially those in a type of influential role or political role. But that's neither here or there. When you have those people making calls, they can stifle an industry or they can help it grow. And right now, they need to focus on helping it grow. How can we make it grow and stop using this stupid argument of, well, it could be used for money laundering or funding terrorism and all that stuff. Anything can. Anything can. You can use gold. You can use dollars. If I can get it to you and I can transmit it to you and you'll accept it as a payment or a bartering system, then you'll be funded. The thing is cryptocurrency makes it a heck of a lot easier. Wire transfers, is quick and easy, but if I'm wiring transfer $40,000 to some mischievous organization that's going to plan something, then obviously that's going to get caught. Where I can understand why people look at be like, oh well, crypto could be used for that, and then we can't track it. You can track it unless it's a privacy token, then you have your problems. But maybe the people just want to use the money and keep their privacy. We don't always have to tell you everything, government. You don't always have to know everything about us, government. But they want to, and they're gonna keep fighting for it. I don't want too many of the big heads getting into our stuff, man. I really don't. Whether they're political people or big institutions, I don't want Bitcoin to be ran by banks. I want it to be ran by the people. If the banks want to utilize it to transfer funds and stuff like that, and store of wealth, but let the owners own their private keys, then great. But if the institutional organization owns the private keys, not so much. So, Electrum developers apply fix after Apple updates bricked Bitcoin wallets. Now, Electrum is a Bitcoin wallet. I know a lot of people use it. And after a recent update from Mac, which I've dealt with this. I'm sure Nefarious has dealt with this. Right? We get those clients who have updates to their Mac or iPhone or whatever, and it happens to cause, my biggest one is email, right? Their email stops working because they're using, whatever service or whatever, and it doesn't like the SSL security certificate, doesn't like the ports, doesn't like whatever it is, and the email stops working. And that usually happens after some type of update to iOS or Mac OS X, and then we have to fix it and restore connectivity and then go from there. Well, similar thing happened to the Electrum wallet. After the most recent Mac update caused major problems for one of Bitcoin's oldest wallets, the development team or dev team rolled out a fix. It was originally raised as an issue on GitHub. The Big Sur update is bricking Mac OS Electrum clients. Software wallet is a favorite of power users because of the complex tooling and user controls. The Electrum team announced today that there was a new release that fixes the issue. Currently, the latest release of Big Sur has completely broken Electrum for Mac devices. You can open an app and load any of the wallets, one Electrum user, Nico, said. The issue was open on Electrum's GitHub on August 1st around the Apple's release of Big Sur beta. So August 1st, Big Sur came out. This update was rolled out on the 18th. That's a pretty long time there. While the root cause is still unknown, Electrum developer Sober Knight said in the GitHub issue page, it's related to Big Sur's treatment of Python, the coding language in which Electrum is built. Most wallets are built in Python too. The work around the problem, Electrum users can run the software from the source, that is by manually compiling the source code, or they can bundle an older version of Python into their software. The Electrum's team's fix incorporates the latter solution. they're running an older version of the Python into their software. The snafu is the first case of Apple's latest release disrupting Bitcoin realm, but it's not the first time that the update has caused issues. Like I talked about with myself, there's a lot of people that get an update from Apple and it causes issues. Now, I don't know too many people that use an Apple device when storing their private keys, wallets, or whatever. Matter of fact, mining, I understand Linux, but I don't see too many people using OS X. Anybody know anybody using Apple or OS X for wallets, storage, or mining? I can't think of any. Alright, let's see what you guys are talking about. Joel Alvarez. What's up, buddy? Recently get a 3070, started mining ETH. Used Core plus 90 on the MEM, plus 1200. So Core is plus 90, MEM is plus 1250. And he's getting around 60.7 mega hash and 131 watts. Plus 65 system. What miner is best for Nvidia? I can do better with that. Let's see what people suggested. Nobody suggested anything to Alvarez. So, what miner is best with that? What miner is best for Nvidia? Well, Phoenix miner, if that's what you're talking about. Phoenix miner pretty much is the best one if you're going to be mining Ethereum. Now, I saw somewhere that some people were able to hit 63 mega hash on a 3070, so I wonder what the difference is and how much higher you can push it to get the 63 mega hash. But about 130 watts is right. That's about where you should be sitting. Unfortunately, the 5700 XT is cheaper, and with a mod, you can get better hash rate with a little bit less power draw, about the same power draw depending on the model and Silicon Lottery. But yeah, if the question is what miner is best for Nvidia, Phoenix miner, you got T-Rex miner, but that, T-Rex miner, while it can mine Dagger, is more or less for like Kapow and other altcoins and stuff like that. MB miner is pretty good if you're mining Grin and some other coins. Nefarious actually had 2 people successfully get an XT on AMD's website. So that's what I was talking about earlier. If you're looking for the 6000 series from AMD, AMD.com. Keep it on the website. Rabid Mining is just like me, waiting for November 25th, where the AIB models will be coming out. Good luck with Verizon there, Max Voltage. Alright. So, Nefarious is just agreeing with me. Nemesis is certainly agreeing with me with that language. Yeah, Apple stinks. Dan to Dane uses the Ledger Nano X, but since I can't keep all the coins there, I use iOS wallets. For example, VRSC, if that's what you asked about. That is what I asked about. And I'm using the Nano S for a bulk of my coins, but because I can't keep everything on there, or not all the altcoins are supported. Obviously, I use other wallets such as Konami. I even use Exodus for a little bit there. Jax was a good wallet, but I never really got into it. I actually did a video, if you haven't checked it out, on the wallet choices. I couldn't list all of them, but I just gave the basic ones, or the main ones that I would talk about, and why one is better than the other. So definitely check that out. If I can find it after the end of the stream, I'll put it in the video description if you're watching this in the future and want to check that out. Let's see what Alvarez says. Yes, I can get 63, but 65% incorrect shares. So yeah, in overclocking some cards, if you overclock it too high, especially the memory, you'll start to get invalid shares, rejected shares, stuff like that. All right, so you're sitting about where you should be, Joel. But yeah, the best one would be Phoenix Miner for Ethereum, because Claymore's no longer around, or they're around, but they got some bugs to fix. So yeah. And yes, just like Nemesis says, Apple, you know what? You need to get your stuff together. All right, Tor developers pursuing anonymous tokens to stop hacks and DDoS, or denial of service attacks. Let me put this in the description real quick. I'm a big Tor guy. I'm not sure about you guys. I like Tor. I've been using Tor. I continue to use Tor. The privacy-oriented browser, Tor, the Onion router, is researching ways anonymous tokens could counter denial-of-service attacks and pressing issue for the network. Tor has been subject to denial-of-service attacks, or DOS, degrading its performance. While there are technical fixes Tor has worked to implement, the nature of the network and the anonymity of the traffic on it make it particularly susceptible to DOS attacks. Tor introduced the idea of using anonymous tokens to counter such attacks, allowing them to differentiate between good and bad traffic, and to avoid implementing user accounts, which most sites and networks use to identify traffics and bad actors. During this week's State of the Onion address, which is pretty cool, State of the Union, State of the Onion, when the Tor team gave updates on the projects and forecast new developments for 2021, the team reinforced their interest in developing these anonymous tokens. Memory is an amazing thing, says George, which is a Tor network team developer. Allows us to experience the world, remember the things we've been to, and remember the nice food we eat. It's also particularly important in our digital life. At Tor, we don't have the concept of memory. The Tor network does not keep track of clients, does not use cookies for anything, and every claim that comes out, we forget about it, which is why I like Tor. What is a DDoS attack? You should know what a DDoS attack. If you're watching this, you should know what a DDoS attack is. If you're not, you failed my class. Get out. I'm joking. A denial of service attack, if you don't know what it is, I'll try to give you a short version, maybe not the full one. But let's say that I hand you an apple. Okay, now you have that apple, and then I hand you another apple. Now you got two hands, and both of them are filled with apples. But then I keep handing you more apples. And then you can't do something with those first apples that you got. You can't set it down. You can't pass it over because I keep sending you more apples. Next thing you know, you got a big thing of apples. And you can't comply with all the requests that are coming in. Or think of it like a front door. Everybody's trying to come in. You got thousands of people trying to come in through the front door. And once it starts getting packed, not everybody can come in. We're missing some requests. Maybe we're just dropping some packets. Maybe some people are getting kicked out by the bouncer. And we can't comply with all the requests that are coming in. That's the short version of it. There's obviously more detailed information about that, but how can these anonymous tokens help us? Well, rather than implementing accounts or cookies, both of which would undermine Tor's mission, which is obviously anonymity and privacy, these tokens could be included in the user's traffic request. A token would allow websites accessible through the Tor network to intelligently prioritize which requests it answers. So like the VIP ban, right? We got thousands of people trying to come in. They got all these random strangers, but then we got the VIP guys, hey, let me in. And then they get prioritized first. We could use anonymous tokens. Tokens are a part of the internet that use blockchains and other protocols like Cloudflare Privacy Pass. It's basically like a train ticket. By having a train ticket, you can show that you've done some effort to acquire it, but it doesn't tie to your identity. So if you drop it on the floor and someone else picks it up, they can impersonate you and they don't know who you are. The scenario he envisioned is one where the Onion service could issue these tokens at a given time and give them to clients who have already demonstrated their trustworthiness, which is still yet to be determined. These trusted clients would then give their tokens to the Onion service when they connect, and in doing so get service before an untrusted user, a potential attacker. But I think that's pretty cool. They're trying to tokenize the work. Another approach to the digital blog post lays out is proof of work system to acquire tokens. Onion service can ask the client to solve a proof of work puzzle before they are allowed to connect. With the right proof of work algorithm and puzzle difficulty, they can make it impossible for an attacker to overwhelm the service while still making it reachable by normal clients and only small delay. In this case of DDoS, the engineer or the network engineer, George, said Tor could employ proof of work tokens created by the clients themselves and sent directly to the service. Proof of work is one way to make it more expensive for clients to consume service resources in bulk that we're investigating. We are also looking into a token that signifies the quantity of work spent compactly without impacting privacy. So that to me is very interesting as an avid Tor user, because when they can implement this token to kind of prioritize which users are getting the service, rather than possibly letting some intruders or attackers in, causing some issues to the network. So I think that was pretty cool. You may not, but whatever. All right, Zcash. Let's see what everybody's talking about. Nothing. You guys are talking about nothing. I'm joking. Phoenix Miner. Phoenix is the best, but reads 1 to 2 megahash high on Ethereum. Swap7 said Phoenix is the best, but reads 1 to 2 megahash high on Ethereum. I've seen that myself. But yeah, I like the high numbers, even if it's not real. I always go by what's at the pool, or what the pool's hash rate is reporting. Nefarious says Claymore is dead. Unfortunately, Team Red is more stable for me and less stale shares, says Nicola. TRM and AMD on T-Rex Nvidia. I have found that I've gotten better results since changing from Phoenix. So max voltage, you're talking about moving to T-Rex from Phoenix, and you've gotten better results. Am I correct? T-Rex has an ETH miner. Y'all need to check it out. Yeah, that's what I mentioned. T-Rex miner does have the capability to mine Ethereum, but I use Phoenix miner because I have some commands in there. I just haven't looked at all the commands for T-Rex. I know there's some in there, like intensity and stuff like that. Mikkel, thank you for what you're doing, keeping your boy in check. I'm joking. All right. Max voltage. Shoot me that link, and I'll put it in the video description. He says 2Miners has a great article on testing all the different miners on Ethereum. That could be some useful information for the community. I don't know who this is. D. Janta says StormX. What do you think about StormX is #1 trending on Coin Market? No idea. Never heard of it. But I could take a look at it. Oh, I know this. Yeah. Let's do some investigation. Alright. Yep. Storm's been on a number of these exchanges. Yada yada yada. Total supply. ERC20 token, of course. ICO. Ooh. That's just a big turnoff for me. Sorry. It's available on a number of stores. That's good. Social media. $25 days, 26 days, October 14th, August 26th. I have to do some more research off stream, but I like to. That's not the right thing. Earn crypto cash back when you shop online. I've seen a service like this before. Let's see what the market cap is at. 24-hour trading volume. That's not too bad. It's better than $2,000. Market cap's about 18 mil. Current price less than a cent. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but it's not something I personally would get into. Only because when I shop online, I don't like to share my data. I like to hide it and mask it. But always do your own research on any products that you're thinking about getting into, even if the hype is real. Dan to Dane, using Electrum wallets like Raven Portable to store keys on the Ledger Nano X and S, would you mind to this? Using Electrum wallets like Raven Portable to store keys on Ledger Nano X and S, would you mind to this? I think, Dan to Dane, you're asking, would I mine to my Ledger Nano X or S? Using Electrum wallets like Raven Portable to store keys on the Ledger. I don't see why not. I honestly haven't. I mine to an address and then I transfer the funds to the Ledger. But I think what you're asking is, would I mine directly to the store keys on the Ledger? I don't see why you wouldn't. But might need clarification. We'll catch up later about that. Alright, let me wrap up here. We got 15 minutes left. I believe Red Panda Mining is coming on in about 15 minutes. Yeah, Max Voltage was talking about the commands. I like to run the commands with Phoenix. Yeah, and see, I was taught. So Storm is. I was in Storm for a little bit. Like, I actually traded it. I can't mine or anything, but I was trading it, and then I got out of it while I could. It probably is doing much better because a lot of projects do better when they do some type of dramatic change, like Zcash, which is currently on the screen. So let's talk about that real quick, because I already lost too many of you viewers. So Zcash was one of my favorite cryptocurrencies to mine back in the day. But I got out of it. I got out of it because it's so ASIC controlled. But Zcash undergoes first halving as major upgrade drops founders reward. Now, that's a good thing, but it doesn't mean it's everything. For years, 4 years after forking from Bitcoin, privacy-centric blockchain network Zcash has completed its first halving and rolled out a major upgrade that does away with its unpopular founders reward, which gave 20% to the founders. Each block, 20% to its founders. And since the halving, the price has gone up of Zcash. So it is up about 9% right now. The miner reward reduction or halving event occurs when the block subsidy generated from the new coins mined is divided by 2. The coded in event usually triggers every 4 years at a particular block height depending on a particular chain. Zcoin began its journey as a fork from Bitcoin blockchain on October 28, 2016. So it's been 4 years, and it takes focus on providing better privacy for users through zero-knowledge cryptography, dubbed ZK Snarks, and developed by the Electric Coin Company, ECC. Such privacy features have been money laundering concern for some regulators and policymakers. Earlier this month, Colorado-based cryptocurrency exchange Shapeshift delisted ZEC along with Monero and Dash, the two other projects with added privacy, citing increased regulatory pressure. So the regulators don't want privacy. They want to know what you're doing at all times, which drives me up the wall because you already know everything we're doing at all times if we got a camera on us. Hi, NSA. Zcash is the Bitcoin of privacy and co-founder of managing partner on Hong Kong-based blockchain investment and trading firms like Kinetic. The halving is not only a milestone event, but an opportunity for traders to call back some of the market share volume from privacy challengers like Monero. Skipping ahead, what is far more interesting is the activation of Canopy, its fifth network upgrade. The headline of this upgrade, and Watkins said this, the headline of the upgrade is the end of the founder's reward and the beginning of his new development fund. Let's see, where's the breakdown? Okay, so previously Zcash had the founder's reward meant miners typically received 80% plus transaction fees for the mining blocks. The remaining 20% of the reward was split amongst various parties, including 9.85% to ECC founders, 2.2% to Zcash Foundation, and 5.75% to ECC itself, and 2.2 of that went to the employee compensation. After the upgrade, miners will continue to get the 80%, so we're not getting anything more, but the remaining 20% will be divided amongst the Major Grants Fund, 8%, and ECC, 7%, and the Zcash Foundation, 5%. So we're not getting an increase in the block rewards once they remove the Founders Edition. It's just how they're delegating or how they're deploying those funds specifically. And I hope they're taking care of their team, because I know a few devs that have left Zcash since I stopped mining it. I can't name any off the top of my head, but I know a few people that have left Zcash and moved on to other projects. But what do you think of Zcash? Anybody, you got any ASICs out there that they're mining it with? I don't. I stopped mining Zcash a while ago, but I thought that was pretty interesting to bring up, that they removed the Founders Rewards and moved on to this. Let's go to China first. We're going to China, guys. China crypto miners struggling to pay power bills as regulators clamp down on OTC desk. On Monday, and this was released on the 16th, Colin Wu tweeted that miners in China have been struggling to pay electricity after authorities started cracking down on over-the-counter brokers in the country. So over-the-counter exchanges, stuff like that. It's currently a challenge for Chinese miners to convert BTC to USDT into yuan. Many people have had their bank accounts frozen when exchanging crypto on OTC platforms. Formerly Global Business Director of Mining Pool, F2 Pool, and now Chief Operations Officer for Mining and Media Hashrate, Thomas Heller, is who stated that. And Thomas, you need to get some things squared away with the people you work with, just FYI. And the people that used to work for you. And you have more respect. No comment. It has always happened, but this year, more than others, Heller told Coinbase it would say it's become more common in the last couple of months that people are unable, miners, operations are unable to convert their funds into the fiat that they need to pay bills for having these organizations or facilities. Most Chinese miners are mostly only familiar with the Chinese market, so it's hard for them to move abroad and start mining. It's China's it's another factor, and he's talking about the China OTC clampdown, another factor that make overseas mining more attractive. However, this alone is not enough to push them overseas. Rather, they would try to find some workarounds. In the meantime, some operators are unplugging their miners. There are also miners who said their mining machines have been shut down for a month because they cannot sell the cryptocurrency to pay the electric bill. Some OTC companies that specialize in serving mining farms have also terminated their business. So China's clamping down really hard, and people with these funds can't exchange it to get the fiat they need to pay their bills, and that's unfortunate. Alright, Crypto Mikkel sending me some stuff. I'm also not in Discord, and I asked Massive Voltage to do something. So, alright, how much time we got? We got 10 minutes. Alright, how cryptocurrency miners helped Nvidia earn more than expected. Nvidia has a complicated relationship with crypto miners. They buy lots and lots of chips, yada yada. When the company reported earnings late Wednesday, its numbers were far better than expected, in large part because of the video game segment. As in the past, Nvidia, new line of RTX 3000 cards, has been popular among cryptocurrency miners mining Ethereum. Nvidia logged video game sales at 2.7 billion for the fiscal year or the fiscal third quarter, well above the consensus estimate of 2.1 billion. Sales to miners generated at least 175 million in the third quarter, and they were expecting 150 million. The Ampere graphics processing units, or GPUs, are popular among Ethereum miners as one of the primary currencies to the GPU for mining. Technical changes to the Ethereum that would take effect around December 6th mean that much of the older hardware miners currently use won't work anymore. As a result, people, like what he's talking about, currently use is the cards that have 4 gigabytes or less and stuff like that. Why did that happen behind me? According to the estimate made in September, it would take an Ethereum miner 233 days to achieve profitability with an unmodified RTX 3080. Steve's wrote that the RTX 3080 nets Ethereum miners at least $3 per day, and I can vouch for that because I'm making $3 a day. And they're saying it retails for $6.99, but we know how hard it is to get that. So it's not just Ethereum miners or miners in general, it's everybody. But yes, there are some people that we know, and I'm sure you guys know, get direct access to Nvidia and can do some stuff with it. So I'm about to talk about my Gigabyte card in just a second. Let me see what Mikkel is showing me here. Max voltage, if you do, get a referral link. StormX is the fork of Storm. Rewards is slow with E9. Yada yada yada. Okay, let me talk about this. Max, we'll talk in Discord when I get on. I'm not on this computer. I'm on my laptop. So let's see here. What are we talking about? I already seen this. What are you trying to show me here, Mikkel? First information. The GPU is expected to come with the mid-range 6000 series. So it's a 6700. Yeah, So it should replace higher clock speeds than the 5700. Yada yada yada. 180 watts. That's about right. 40. So it's basically a 5700. To me, it's basically a 5700. Look at the memory bus. Look at the wattage, and look at the ooh. I didn't see that. 12 gigabytes of memory. Whoops. Sorry, Mikkel. I didn't see that. So it's a 5700 with the cut down compute units of 40 and so on and so forth, but it has 12 gigabytes of memory. AMD is doing really smart with that. Because most games like Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 2, Division 2, most games are using a lot more memory these days. So for most of their cards, even their mid-range cards to have a lot of memory, that's good. I think 8 gigabytes is the standard. Like, that's the lowest you should go on a GPU nowadays, is 8 gigabytes. Everything else should be much higher than that. Whether it's 16 or 24 or whatever, it definitely needs to be much higher than that. What's up, Red Panda? Thank you for stopping by. We're going to come check you out here in a minute. Got about 7 minutes left. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and show you what I was talking about here. So for those of you that have stuck around for so long, I appreciate you. I respect you. Alright, so as you can see here on screen, if you guys can see this, we have the core clock sitting where it should be. I have not overclocked the memory, right? I haven't done anything, and this is a gaming benchmark, and the background is heaven, right? I want you to take note. Look at the P state. P state 0, right? So we're hitting all the stuff and everything. Also look at the bottom right here, right below my head, or right here where my head's at. You see yes, and that yes is for reliability, voltage, and then thermal. Watch this. During gaming, the Gigabyte card is fine, but during mining, look at the P state. The P state drops to 2. Now here's why the P state's dropping to 2, because I tried forcing it. I tried adjusting profiles. I tried changing things in Nvidia Inspector. Look what's happening to the core clock. No memory overclock. The core clock. It's dropping down and staying there. The voltage is dropping down, but look at the temps. 48. Here's the problem. Same problem that we had with the Founders Edition, if you guys haven't paid attention to it. Look what we're hitting. Thermal limits. The thermal limits that we're hitting is the memory temperatures. I saw the same thing with the Founders Edition. However, with an increased fan speed and because of the Founders Edition design, we were able to keep the memory cool. But I did drop from 95 megahash to about 88 to 92, depending. Like if I increased the case fans and it was all very good and stuff like that. This Gigabyte card, specifically, this Gigabyte card does not have, unfortunately, and let me make sure my desktop audio is turned off. It is, okay. This Gigabyte card, unfortunately, does not have thermal pads on the back side of the PCB. So there's no thermal pads connecting the back side of the PCB to the backplate. The memory temperatures itself is what's causing it, and you can see it very vividly. This is why I could say you could see it very vividly. Look at the fan RPMs. 2500 RPM. But the GPU core is fine. What's going on? It's the memory temperatures. Nemesis knows this. Nefarious knows this. We all know this. GDR6 is flip chip, and you're outputting most of your heat on the back side of the memory modules. This is a 3080, not a 3090. So we should have some type of thermal pads on the back side, Gigabyte. We should have thermal pads connecting the back of the PCB to the back plate. It may not be much, but that back plate can absorb the heat, which the case fans or you know, a fan can dissipate that heat a little bit more efficiently, giving the memory, because the memory temperature, the T junction is 110C, but if you get past, you know, 88, 90, 94, we've seen this with Radeon where we could see the temperatures in software, your card is going to throttle itself. It's going to throttle the core. It's going to cool itself down. It's going to try to. So while mining, this GPU, the Gigabyte card, is hampering or handicapping itself because Gigabyte did not put any memory modules on, or thermal pads on the back side of the memory modules, which is quite disappointing. So Gigabyte, please use thermal pads on the back of the... Oh, snap! I'm getting featured on Red Panda. But Gigabyte, please put thermal pads on the back of your GPUs. Guys, let's get ready for some Red Panda mining. I hope you guys have a great week. You take care of yourself. Be happy. Stay positive. Pandemic still being around. I don't like it any much as you. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving with your family. I may do a stream next week. If any of the major guys want to come and join me, we'll have a little Thanksgiving live stream next Saturday. That'll be greatly appreciated. Let's hit it. You know where to hit us up, or where we can talk. And let me throw my Discord link also in the live chat right now while we're waiting for Red Panda mining. Let me check any chat here. And yeah, I do have some things happening with the Gigabyte card. So just like we saw with the mech, the Radeon RX 5700 XT mech, where the memory temperatures were really, really bad, guys, I will have content coming. I will have content coming about it. That doesn't mean the card itself is bad. The card is good. It's great for gaming, but when it comes to Ethereum mining, there's issues because we're hitting those memory modules hard. We're hitting it really hard. Even if it's at stock clocks, we're really putting memory utilization out the window, and it hampers the cards. It can impact the cards, especially GDR6 and 6X. So if we don't have proper cooling on those memory modules, we're not going to get the efficiency we need. So my Discord link is going in the live chat if anybody wants to join. Like I said, I got notifications for the 3000 series Nvidia, Zen 3 or 5000 series for AMD CPUs, and then the 6000 series notifications as they come out on my Discord. You know where I get them from, but definitely come and check it out. We'll go head over to Red Panda Mining's channel. Thank you for hanging out with me this entire time. And yeah, we'll talk about Thanksgiving next Saturday, and you guys take care. Have fun with your family. Alright guys, I'm going to get out of your hair and chill with Red Panda Mining, which I think it's awesome that he got my picture. That's pretty cool. Yeah, buddy. Alright guys, you take